Dave, first off, just about the offense, what do you think allowed the Rockies pitchers to limit you guys' offense today?
I thought Marquez was really good. In my opinion, he's one of the top pitchers in baseball. I thought he mixed well tonight, used his slider, more change than usual, and obviously a plus fastball. So we really didn't get too many good swings off him. Mookie lined out a couple times. I thought we had a chance with Colomé, and then, Daniel Bard closed us out there.
Yeah, there in the 8th inning, just how the players worked the at-bats. I mean, would you say that was kind of one of the positive takeaways of today?
I think so. Gavin keeps fighting, taking good at-bats. Worked, got a nice clean base hit. Austin with the base hit there and going first to third, scoring a run was big, tie the ball game. So, again, when you're facing one of the top pitchers in baseball, it's going to be a dogfight. And we had a chance to win. I thought Freddie clipped Colomé, just didn't get enough of it there in that 8th inning. But, we had a couple chances.
With Tyler Anderson, his Dodger debut today, just how would you assess his performance?
He was great. He was fantastic. Obviously, he knows his ballpark, and he gave us 4 solid innings. Gave us a chance to win. He threw really well.
What about Tony Gonsolin's outing to start the game?
I thought Tony competed. I think that there were 2 stressful innings in there. I thought his 3rd inning was his best inning. But when you're talking about close to 70 pitches in 3 innings, 2 stressful innings, that's a lot. I think the most he's thrown is 60 pitches leading up to tonight. So it's not just a pitch count thing. I thought that, he was stressed a couple times, and passing the baton to Tyler, I thought we put ourselves in a good spot to prevent runs tonight.
And then with Blake Trinan, he was efficient. Really, the only thing that got to him was that home run from Connor Joe. What was it that allowed Connor to get that swing?
He had him 1-2, and I think he just went to miss with the slider and left a cutter out over. And it's kind of in between speed pitch, and Connor likes the ball close to him, and he put a good swing on it.
Did the runners need to tag on that Freeman fly ball?
It's obviously with 1 out by the book, you don't. Because you're already in scoring position, but certainly on a ball that's that far out, it wouldn't have been a bad play. So that's something we'll continue to, learn from, to not concede third base, certainly. But, as the book is written, whoever wrote the book, it's a halfway with 1 out. But certainly if you can get back to tag and get to third base, it's not a bad baseball play.
Yeah, we saw some people tweeting earlier this evening about Freddie Freeman's flyout and how the runners needed to advance, they needed to tag up, and both of you guys are sitting here shaking your head, and that's not the way that I learned baseball either, that you have to know that ball is going to be caught, Jerry.
Austin Barnes did an incredible job doing what you're supposed to do. You don't tag up with 1 out, because if the ball's caught and you do tag up from second base, you're there at third base, and a sac fly obviously doesn't work because it'll be the 3rd out. What you do is you anticipate the ball hitting the wall and you get off the bag, because if it ricochets right to the center fielder, you have to have enough time to score. So you anticipate him dropping the ball so everybody can score. That's why you never tag with 1 out. Now, it's nobody out. You're closer to the bag, and you're thinking, okay, when he catches the ball, I can tag because I can score on a sac fly with 1 out at third base.
Yeah. The other thing is he wasn't behind the ball. It's a little bit different if there's 1 out and you see the outfielder really behind the ball and you know he has it. It's a deep ballpark. We know that. We know how big it is. So then you can anticipate getting close and then tagging to advance. But he was still going back. We as fans were watching that going, is it going to carry? Is it going to carry? That's the other thing. It is Coors Field. The ball has a tendency to carry, and the outfielder was going that way. So you want to be in a position that if it does happen to even hit the wall and bounce, that you're going to go. And same with the man at first base. Yeah. At first base, too, if it happens to hit the wall and ricochet, he's going, I'm scoring from first. Right. I'm there. So nobody out, absolutely you're tagging. Nobody, 1 out, that's where you usually.
Even if he's there at the wall, kind of what A.J. Pollock did yesterday in the White Sox game, if it ricochets off his glove and it stumbles right in front of him, and Austin Barnes is tagging there and doesn't score because the outfielder picks it up, throws home, everybody's going, why is Austin Barnes tagging? Austin Barnes did the right thing. You don't tag. You have to anticipate they don't make the play. You have to score if the ball falls. And Nora, you know this. The kids, they watched our pregame show. even on the road. And John made a comment. While Austin Barnes was taking BP, he said, you know what? He's done something that even Jay Hare hasn't done yet. Barnesy has not hit a home run at Coors Field because I didn't hit one there. Barnesy took exception to that because he saw our show on tape delay. He said, you know what? I'm going big fly. He does.
See, I was just there to motivate him. That's what it was.
We needed this show when I was playing.
You know, we did. Plenty of motivation, that's for darn sure. Let's go back to Colorado. Tyler Anderson pitched really well, 4 innings in this game. He's talking to Kirsten Watson and the media.
Tyler, well, first off, just minus the outcome of the game, your Dodger debut, how would you describe how it went?
I think it went okay. No walks, which I like that. Overall, as our staff, I feel like we threw a lot of strikes tonight too, so I think it's a good place for us to be.
You were effective. What was working for you?
It's like I said, just throwing strikes, trying to limit free bases and get ahead.
Is there a limit of comfortability that you have just playing here since you've played here in the past for so long?
For me, I think that a place like this, it's a big thing is no free bases and just throwing strikes and trying to get ahead. But I think some pitches move different here. But this is where I came up, so I've thrown a lot of those pitches here. So yeah, I think it just helps me stay comfortable.
You took down 4 innings, just coming out of the bullpen. Can you describe what that was like for you today?
It was kind of like kind of what our plan was. Just go out and execute the plan, stick with the process.
How different is that than starting and just for your routine?
I feel like they do a really good job of communicating here, so was able to have a pretty standard routine and just kind of fluctuate that a little bit and alter it based on coming out of the pen.
Is that something you're comfortable doing right now? Are you kind of
yeah, today felt comfortable the way it worked out. Who knows if it'll always be like that, but at the end of the day, regardless of routine, I think once you get between the lines, you got to compete. So I think you'll figure out a way to put your routine to the side for that.
Do you come in thinking that this is my start day, kind of that same mentality, even though you're not starting the game?
Today I was, I came in with I had enough time to prepare for this one that you can treat it almost like a start, but obviously alter things to be out of the pen.
Has it been communicated just that kind of the plan is when Tony's pitching, you'll likely be piggybacking off of him, or do you just have to be prepared kind of to take bulk innings maybe every 5 days, 4 days per se?
Yeah, I think that was the plan today. I think moving forward, though, it'll probably be very fluid. Sometimes maybe it'll be starts, maybe it'll be out of the pen. My job is just when I get the ball, just to keep throwing until Doc wants it back.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's going to be at least a little bit of an adjustment for Tyler Anderson if he's pitching out of the bullpen this year. Coming into this game tonight, only 4 career relief appearances, 113 starts, no more. Someone who's very much routine-oriented like yourself. You heard him talking about routine, and this is a different routine for him, getting ready to pitch out of the bullpen. But, boy, he was really good tonight.
One, he was outstanding, no doubt about that. But the other thing, too, is that Dave Roberts, the staff, they do an excellent job at communication. They also recognize his history. They understand he's not used to coming out of the bullpen. They know he's used to being a starter. So they are preparing him. I guarantee you they told him before today, say, listen, that game 2, we may need you to be coming out because I probably don't expect Tony Gonsolin, because he's limited in pitches, to go super deep in the game, and that's okay because that's not what their expectations for Tony Gonsolin. They probably told him the same thing. Say, listen, if I get 3, 4, lucky if we get 5 out of you, but just go out there and pound the zone, give us what you got, because we have another guy like Tyler Anderson getting ready to back you up. He comes in, he says his routine was altered just a little bit. That's a little, not a whole lot, because of the way he was mentally prepared, the way they were communicating with him, and he came in and did an excellent job. Coming into a familiar place like Colorado, understanding how to pitch there, he was outstanding. He gave this offense a chance to come back and win this game. There's no doubt about it, and that's what you needed. You know what? That's the way, new team, that's the way you go out there and say endear yourself to your new teammates.
Absolutely. Dave Roberts and his staff, Mark Pryor, they do an incredible job relaying what they expect out of you. And that is so important to young players as well as veteran players like Tyler Anderson. He knew he was coming in the game so he can prepare accordingly. And boy, was he sharp. He gave his team a chance to win. And that's all you can ask for from a pitcher in Colorado.
Dodgers allow 3 runs each of the first 2 games. They are 1-1 after this loss tonight. Let's hear from Dave Roberts. He's talking to Kirsten and the media.
All right, Blake, first to start with, first 2 strikeouts. When you got on the mound, what was working for you? What allowed you to be so effective at first?
Honestly, I just feel like getting ahead early and forcing them to expand the zone. And everything was going great, just Obviously, with Connor, I left one over the middle, and probably like it's not like it's a bad pitch to throw if it's executed, but I mean that was pretty flat, middle. Definitely better pitches to throw in that situation. So, out of all the pitches I could have thrown, probably the one pitch that gives them the most chance, and it's a risk versus reward pitch for me. And yeah, me and Barnes talked about it. We're both like shaking our heads, like, why did we do that? So. Baseball sucks sometimes, but I mean, I felt like there was a lot of strides forward for our team today, and yeah, just come back tomorrow. So.
Now, I know it's still early in the season, but back-to-back outings for you. Just how would you assess how you're feeling this early in the year? And also, I mean, we've had that conversation of just being ready at all times with your role this year.
Yeah, no, I feel really good. I felt like today was actually a jump forward for me. I feel like my stuff was a lot cleaner. Again, just one bad pitch kind of cost me and cost the team. So thought we did a great job scrapping until the end, and it's always unfortunate being the last one on the mound that kind of gives you the reason for the loss. So yeah, tomorrow's a new day, and try to get my mind ready for the next time my name's called.
In hindsight, would you have changed the pitch, or was it more the location?
Probably both. Yeah. Anything else?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.